If we ran a deep forensic diagnostic on your current financial behavior, we would not find a calculation problem, a spreadsheet error, or a lack of basic economic intelligence. Instead, we would find a terrified, highly anxious, or emotionally neglected 10-year-old child holding the master keys to your adult bank account. Your modern compulsive habits, the frictionless one-click checkouts, the endless stream of home delivery apps, the premium subscriptions, and the installment loans you use to finance temporary spikes of luxury are not actual consumer choices. They are desperate, subconscious therapeutic interventions designed to soothe an unresolved childhood wound. Your primitive brain is not purchasing physical goods. It is frantically trying to buy the safety, the validation, the control, or the love that you were denied decades ago. The traditional economic model wants you to believe that financial success is a purely mathematical game. They tell you to cut your spending, build rigid budgets, and run your life like a corporation. But they deliberately ignore the dark, invisible link between your childhood neurochemistry and your adult wallet. A person who is constantly trying to heal a past trauma with depreciating consumer goods is the absolute backbone of the modern consumer economy. The retail industry does not market to your rational needs, they market directly to your early life deficits. Knowing that a mind trying to escape the ghost of childhood inadequacy is a mind that will gladly trade its entire future sovereignty for a fleeting moment of present distraction. To understand why your brain is actively sabotaging your capacity to build wealth, we must look at the groundbreaking work of financial psychologist Dr. Bradley Klontz. His clinical research reveals that our adult financial behavior is almost entirely dictated by what he calls money scripts, unconscious, highly emotional beliefs about money that are burned directly into our nervous systems during our formative years. These scripts are forged in moments of intense emotional stress, known as financial flashpoints. A financial flashpoint can be a single searing childhood memory. Witnessing your parents screaming at each other over a stack of unpaid bills, feeling the quiet, burning shame of wearing worn-out clothes to school, or experiencing the sudden, terrifying bankruptcy of a household you thought was secure. Let's look at what your brain is doing here. When a child experiences a financial flashpoint, their amygdala, the brain's primitive survival command center, registers money, not as a neutral tool of commerce, but as a source of immediate danger, emotional pain, or social vulnerability. If you grew up in a household where money was a constant source of volatility and shouting, your nervous system learned to link the presence of money with physical danger and stress. As an adult, whenever you accumulate a quiet surplus of cash in your account, your brain's survival programming is quietly triggered. Subconsciously, the presence of money makes you feel unsafe. To soothe this deep physiological anxiety, your brain engages in a destructive behavior pattern known as money avoidance, prompting a frantic drive to immediately purge the excess resources. You buy things you don't need, sign up for microtransactions, and inflate your lifestyle, completely unaware that you are mentally driven to get back to a familiar state of stress-free emptiness just to feel safe again. Take out your pencil. Let's look at the numbers. Imagine you carry a deep, unresolved childhood script of money status, the subconscious belief that your self-worth is entirely equivalent to your net worth, usually forged because you felt invisible or rejected as a child. To compensate for this internal wound, you spend $800 a month leasing a premium vehicle, buy expensive unbranded luxury clothing on credit, and routinely finance high-end experiences to project an image of absolute success on your social feeds. Let's write down the real math of this trauma tax. Over a 10-year period, this desperate attempt to prove to the world that you are no longer that vulnerable, neglected child cost you nearly $100,000 of actual unaccumulated capital. But the true extraction is far worse. If your labor is valued at $25 an hour after taxes, that $100,000 represents 4,000 hours of your life energy. You have traded 2 full years of your mortal existence, time you could have spent in complete freedom, silence, and privacy, just to buy temporary, cheap applause from people you do not even respect, all in a futile attempt to heal an 8-year-old wound that money can never touch. The modern consumer system is highly optimized to exploit these childhood deficits. If you grew up with a script of money worship, the belief that more money will solve all of your emotional problems, the system offers you the ultimate dopamine hack, the frictionless buy now pay later button. When your prefrontal cortex is depleted at the end of a stressful day, your childhood coping mechanisms take complete control of your behavior. You use micro-debt to acquire instant symbols of validation, seeking a quick hit of neurochemical relief to distract yourself from the deep, persistent feeling of inadequacy. You are literally borrowing against your future sovereignty to pay for a chemical bandage, keeping yourself locked in a state of perpetual financial survival that perfectly mirrors the unstable, anxious environment of your childhood home. To disarm these deeply rooted financial flashpoints, you must transition from emotional compensation to absolute psychological self-defense. You cannot heal a childhood wound with a credit card, and you cannot solve an identity problem with a consumer upgrade. You must build an ironclad strategic shield around your neurochemistry. The first step in this defense is the execution of the money script audit. You must consciously identify which of the major destructive scripts, money avoidance, money status, or money worship, is running your financial life on autopilot. You must physically write down your earliest, most emotionally charged memories regarding money. When you force these painful subconscious flashpoints into the cold clinical light of your conscious awareness, they instantly lose their hypnotic power over your adult behavior. You begin to realize that your urge to overspend or self-sabotage is not a rational desire, but a mechanical echo of a past that no longer exists. The second step is the construction of the silent sovereign vault. If your childhood trauma has programmed your brain to feel unsafe when you have visible money, you must completely remove your assets from your immediate cognitive reach. You must establish hidden, automated accounts that exist completely outside of your daily digital space. This capital must be entirely quiet, unlinked from your mobile payment apps, and hidden from your daily view. By keeping your accumulating wealth completely invisible, you prevent your brain's survival center from triggering the purge mechanism. Your trauma-driven ego cannot spend what it cannot easily access. You allow your resources to grow in absolute silence, providing you with real, structural adult safety while keeping your lifestyle deliberately simple. The final and most critical shield is the complete decoupling of your resources from your personal identity. The sovereign individual understands that their net worth has absolutely nothing to do with their human value. They stop using their capital to purchase validation and instead use it to purchase absolute uncompromised autonomy. They do not care about the noisy performance of keeping up appearances on social media. They care about the quiet, invisible power of having enough resources to protect their peace, secure their privacy, and say no to any toxic dynamic. Their silence becomes their ultimate asset, and their cash reserve becomes their adulthood fortress. Let's look at what your brain is doing here as we reach the final verdict. The system wants you to remain a wounded child desperate for validation, easily manipulated by the promise of status, and perpetually running on a treadmill of consumption to soothe your internal pain. Because a population of traumatized, insecure consumers is infinitely easier to control, exploit, and keep dependent. But the blueprint for true wealth has always been quiet, mature, and deeply sovereign. By choosing to heal your financial flashpoints and build your security in the dark, you step off their wheel and claim your actual adulthood. This leaves us with a highly uncomfortable clinical question that you must answer within the quiet of your own mind. Are you truly willing to let go of the expensive performance of proving you survived your childhood, just to build the silent wealth that actually protects your adulthood? Leave your thoughts in the comments below if you are ready to begin the emotional reset. We will keep writing the counterscript.